I'm the man. Hey, hey, don't stop, I'm the man.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Origin, and today I got a Yamaha HS5 Power Studio monitor unboxing for you. Now, I've already got started and knocked a little bit of the tape and stuff to make it more smooth, but let's get into it and I'll show you how I connect this monitor to my USB mic that I kind of started out with, the connection, how I have everything kind of set up and rigged up right now, and hopefully you can get something out of this video. So, like I said, we got a Yamaha HS5, a Rode NT USB mic, the down so you can see the mic a little better. Reflection shield, I'm not sure what brand it is anymore. I've had it for so long. Pair of closed back headphones and an HP Spectre 360 laptop. That's pretty much what I've been working with. I just got the AKG mic for about $200. I'll talk more about that in another video. I'll do an unboxing video for that one as well. But for now, let's get into this Power Studio monitor, Yamaha HS5 unboxing. So, as you can see, pretty nice looking box from the outside. Nice pictures and everything. Shows they come in 5, 7, and 8. Progressively bigger, presumably, possibly progressively better quality. So let's get into this. Alrighty. So once you open it up, inside pretty much looks like this. Take out this top portion here, and this is just the power cable. It goes to the monitor. Nothing special there. 3-prong ground connection. So now we got this, and it's a little trouble to wiggle out. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then show it to you once it's out the box. All right, so this is more or less what you see once you slide this out the box. The boxes are pretty big, but they're surprisingly not as heavy as you would think just by looking at the box. A lot of the packaging is this styrofoam that keeps it protected. So right in this little slot here is where you have your instructions in a bunch of different languages wrapped up in the plastic just like that. These are actually really important to read for these because you don't want to accidentally blow your studio monitors that you just spun. These go for about $200 a piece. I got a pair, so about $400 for a pair. So let's keep going through this unboxing. So like I said, I've already kind of taken them out, and so this isn't as neat as it is when it first came, but you get the idea. So now we can take it out of the styrofoam, and you're gonna want to be careful because you're kind of taking away the balance. So one half of the styrofoam, other half. And then you're gonna have a speaker wrapped in this nice wrapping. I don't know what it's called. There's 4. But basically you take that off, and then this is the studio monitor right here. So this is the HS5. As you can see, it has the 5-inch speaker. So with this size, you're gonna start to get your bass coming through clearly. Show you guys the back. So when you take it out, this top knob here is gonna be already set to minimum. You're gonna have your 2 types of inputs that it can take: a control room button and a trim high button. And then your power button and your connection for your power source. So once you actually get this hooked up and have everything going, you're gonna want to put this to 12 o'clock position straight up so that you're kind of just in the best place to start. Depending on what you have and how you have your setup, you'll have either an XLR or TRS connection. So for me, since when I first got these, well, currently I have this USB mic with the onboard monitoring. I don't have an interface. So this is kind of how you might connect yours if you have this type of mic and you don't have an interface, because it's USB. You're gonna want to get cables like these, which are the TRS cables, and it'll go to an end that looks like this, that plugs into like a phone jack, that 3.5 millimeter jack. And this is going to connect your one output from your source, which in this case is my microphone, to the 2, hopefully, studio monitors, so you get your output. And as you can see, I have mine. I have a headphone splitter in mine. That way I can listen to my studio monitors and my headphones, which are just these Beat Studio 3s at the moment. And this allows me to hear both, switch between the 2, no problem. So that's the connection you're gonna want to have if you have the headphone jack. Besides that, you can have the XLR connection, and this would usually be a 1/4 inch to XLR. So the one end would look like this, and the other end would be an XLR, and that's probably gonna work for you if you have an audio interface or like a Scarlett 2i2 or a PreSonus Studio 24C. And then you'll have your cords that look like one of these coming out of your interface. This end would be in your interface, and then you'd have an XLR end that would go in here. And like I said, you would have hopefully 2 of these, 2 outputs from your audio interface, and you would get your kind of stereo output, so you can do the best monitoring of your mixes and of your songs or whatever it is that you do and create. So as you can see, you know, that white cone, that famous white cone that Yamaha, you can say, is kind of known for. These switches I'm not gonna say I know everything about them, but basically the gist. You have your room control and your high trim. Your room control is gonna deal with your bass. And depending on how your room interacts with the bass from the speakers and how close you are to the walls and just your overall setup, you're gonna adjust these to either -2 or -4 setting if necessary to account for any extra bass that may be caused by say proximity or just the materials in the room. And this here is your high trim. So obviously it's going to deal with the higher frequencies and attenuate them at different points. So in between that you have your +2 dB, your -2 dB. For right now mine is staying in the middle. I'm still working on my setup, so I don't want to set them too much now and then have to go back and change things later as the rest of my parts come in. So, and then you have your on and off switch, and like I said, your power cord. So that's gonna go plug in right back here, just like that, slides in, no problem. And then each speaker has its own plug, so it's gonna need its own outlet. You just plug them both in, plug in your interface as well, and then whatever else you have to plug up your laptop or anything. Well, your interface will be plugged into your laptop, obviously, but yeah. So with these, one thing you're gonna wanna make sure that you remember is that it does matter which order you turn things on. So you don't want to end up having like a loud popping sound or anything like that happen, and those can actually mess up these monitors. So what you want to do is you want to have your source volume all the way down, especially like the first time you hook it up. You want to have your volume all the way down so that there's nothing kind of surging once you kind of start your process hooking everything up. This will kind of be on the minimum. You'll turn it to 4 dB, and then once everything is hooked up, you have both of your monitors if you're using two, then you'll start to increase the volume from your source. So for me, my source is pretty much the microphone, so I'll start turning up my volume from the microphone. Just to be safe, I also have the volume coming from the computer really low too, and then I put it on the volume that I usually work with my computer on, and then turn the volume up from the microphone. And you just want to turn it up to where it's like a comfortable listening level, where it's not going to fatigue your ears and make make your ears really tired just from listening to the audio for an extended period of time. That's like the best level you're going to want to listen to it at for the bulk of the time you're using it. There's no real rules, they say rules meant to be broken, but basically, I mean, that's a quick overview. Also, if you're like me, or if you have a computer that has a USB-C port, because my computer only has one like regular USB port, what you're gonna want to do is get like a USB hub type of a deal. But what I found out was when I bought a USB hub, because I wanted to plug in my mouse and my microphone into the same thing, I was getting some like weird like clicking or latency that was happening. So what I did was I actually got a USB-C to the USB, like this one, connector, so that I could plug the mic in USB, and these are USB-C is always like a really good connection. That way I can plug my mouse into the USB port. If you have an interface, it'll probably either go into your USB port or your USB-C. I know for a fact the Studio 24C comes with the USB-C connection. Yep, so that's pretty much my setup. I have my laptop, I have my USB mic connected here so that I can have my mouse here. USB port or USB hub would probably work fine if I was trying to connect like a mouse and a keyboard here. Not so much splitting the power between the mic and something else, or it could have just been the quality of the hub, but this works really well. So I have the computer connected directly to the mic. I have my splitter, so I have both my headphones and my studio monitors connected, and then I have that connected with the 2 1/4 inches to a 3.5 millimeter jack type of deal, and that's it for me. That works perfectly fine for now. Once I have everything set up with these, as well as my audio interface and my XLR connections, I'll come show you how that looks and how that works out. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, like I said, I've just got these. I'm still learning, but I've kind of read through and I've kind of looked it up. So if you are thinking of getting these and you have any questions or any concerns, or you just want to know anything about them, how I feel about them, leave a comment. I'll try to respond to the comments. I have one hooked up in a room. The sound quality is spectacular. No complaints at all. Like I said, the settings aren't completely set, and they'll change depending on your environment, your room. Like if you have acoustic treatment, it's obviously going to be different than somebody who just has bare walls, and those walls, you know, being closer or further away depending on their setup and where they are in the room. So I know I've rambled on in this video, so I'm just going to let you guys go. But thanks for checking out my Yamaha HS5 unboxing, and hopefully you come back to the channel and check out some of my other content. Peace.
I'm the man. Hey, hey, don't stop. I'm the man. Bring the mob, that's the plan. Got my whip.